Hey everyone, in this video we'll be taking a look at Era 1 top tier heavy tank Thrungva and determine whether the tank is balanced or broken. The tank is currently available to purchase as part of Valhalla event, and if you pick your god as Freya, you will be able to get 25% discount once you finish stage 7 of Champions Path. So let's get started with the setup I'm using for this tank. For equipment I'm going with the gun stabilizer, improved ventilation, and advanced gunling drive. The tank has not the best gun handling, so all the gun aim time perks as well as gun handling perks. Using 3 large consumables, enhanced medkit, repair kit, and enhanced food rations. For crew skills, I'm going with bond leader, rapid loading, snapshots, sixth sense, armor angling, track mechanic, steady aim, run and gun, and controlled impact. And for those who are wondering if this is a Quran one, well, it definitely is, but better. It has the same armor, if not identical, or very similar, if not identical, than the World War II Quran one. That means it's not penetrable when hull down. As you can see, 380 turret ring and then 225 angle hull armor. The only thing that can do damage is the hash of 4005 or some other tanks that have hash, but those won't have much flash damage. Similarly, you got 120 on the side, lower plate 115, 90 mm upper plate, side armor of 70 mm, and I took a quick look at the armor to compare. They both have identical armor, but this version is better, and you'll know shortly. For modules, you have engine at the back, ammo rack rear of the turret and the center, and then you have 3 crew members, 2 in the turret and 1 in the hull. Looking at the stats, this is of course after my crew and equipment. And as I said, this is just way better. This is what World War II Thrungva or Crown 1 want to be, as this is a 3-shot autoloader with slightly better DPM than the World War II version, same armor and much better mobility. This is essentially a combination of Murat and Quran 1 in Era 1. That's the speed, 3-shot autoloader, and of course the armor as well, along with the gun depression. So forward speed 60, reverse 22, horsepower 810, 19.29 power to weight, and that is much better than the World War II version. Not sluggish at all, and I know in general the tanks are faster in Era 1, so that makes sense. But this Quran 1 or Thrungva is much more enjoyable to play than the World War II version. 2200 HP, 36 degrees hull rotation speed, view range of 492. Turret rotation 28.8, elevation 10 degrees. Elevation is always challenging. Worst accuracy 0.38 meters. That's why I have all the aiming as well as gun handling perks. Gun depression of 12. Reload time just shy of 22 seconds. Rate of fire 6.44. Accuracy during movement 2.59. Aim time 1.83. Interclip of 3 seconds. 46 shells. Does have standard as APCR, premium heat, and third as HE. Solid DPM for an autoloader for Quran 1, the tank that cannot be penetrated, of 2769. As mentioned earlier, it is better than the World War II version. Usually when tanks comes from World War II to Cold War, they lose their DPM even if they're on Era 1, but that was not the case with Quran 1 because it got 3 shell autoloader, same penetration, standard 252, premium 300, and third 60. Armor damage of 430, not the 400 alpha that World War II version has. 565 for HE, 165 module damage, and shell velocity of 1000. It is slower for an APCR, but it is a 120 gun. Again, shell velocities are same as well for both World War II and this version, but 1000 does feel slow at times, especially because Era 1 tanks are a little faster. But you usually play close range, you're right in their face using your gun depression and abusing the autoloader. So not really much of an issue most of the time. Heat shells go with 840 and HEs are pretty low, 680 meters. For premium bonus, 60% silver earn rate, 15% premium vehicle earn rate. And now let's see how this tank performs in the battlefield. But I played this tank and in shot it is one of the best tanks in Era 1, if not the best. It is not broken, but it's definitely overpowered because how mobile it is. It is impenetrable. You can quickly dish out damage because it's a 3 shell. interclip much more easy to manage than a 4-shot, because as soon as you fire 2, you're like, okay, let's reload. As opposed to in the other version, if you have 4, if you fire 2, you're still not sure whether to reload it or not. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, very enjoyable tank to play. So let's take it out for a drive now. I'm in Desville, and from the get-go you can see the tank is pretty quick to accelerate as well as very efficient to maintain that top speed. The mobility does not feel like a heavy tank mobility, it feels like a medium, but has the best armor in combination with the gun depression in Era 1. Even in World War II, it is impenetrable to pen. You usually take HE or hash damage, but there are a lot more HE or big guns in World War II, and that is not the case in Cold War. They do have one tank, FP 4005, but you don't see too many of those these days, especially after the nerf, but you still see okay amount of them. So you just have to be careful not to expose yourself to 4005, and other than that, you are good. Already in the middle, and as you can see, there was a medium tank coming with me, and I got here slightly before the medium tank. So watching the south, seeing if I can pen some shots. And as I mentioned, the tank's shell velocity isn't the greatest, even premium PCR. 4005 was not spotted, but I saw here, so trying to be careful. In addition, not the best gun handling, and that's why I have all those equipment as well as crew skills, so that I don't miss shots, as I want to limit my exposure and hit as many shots as possible. I do notice a heavy tank, and again, this middle is a very, very beautiful position for Thrungva if you have support, because there are these small walls that can cover my hull and I can just farm enemies. So there it is, my first enemy or opponent. Unfortunately, he had the fire extinguisher. I do set him on fire, retreating and hoping no one deletes me or pen me or from a long range shot. And this is what I was talking about. I'm tall enough over on the left hand side where I can hide my hull. I'll do it shortly. The light tank just trying to bully me. Do ended up penning him, but I did get shot from someone who was behind him. Do have 2 shells. I don't want to peek again because the guy that penned me can pen me again. And this was the spot I was referring to. I'm basically immune here. The only spot they can pen me is the side turret, allowing me enough time to aim, and that's the guy that penned me, hopefully. But that's where the shots come from. Beautiful pens. As long as I fully aim, the shells do connect and pen. Even when I'm not fully aimed, if I'm 80% aim, I do manage to hit the shots. But I would again stress the tank does not have the best gun handling. Waiting for my reload, 3 shells. Reload really quickly. Bang, he's out. Because it is 430 alpha and not 400. Still worried about peeking on this side because the 4005 that I saw the glimpse of early on, and he's still not spotted. And I just don't want to get hash penned because he can pen my hull. Not going to fight this battle as I don't have time to spot him, because if he's looking at me, I'll lose a significant amount of HP. Trying to true vision some enemies. Another tank gets spotted. Nice shot. It was side of E3. I want to pen that tank because he's not spotted, so they won't move much. Beautiful pen. Yeah, I'm always surprised whenever I get these long range pens, because they take so long because of the distance, and sometimes I feel I just didn't pen the guy. 3900 damage, winning by 3 tanks. Unfortunately, the tank is retreating back. I am loaded now, but these 3 shells, they reload quickly. As I said, even with the 3 shells, it does have slightly better DPM. So it doesn't take too long to reload. E3 thought he could get away. Well, not while Thrungva is overwatching. Score 8-6, tanks remaining. And now they have 5. That was the light tank that was bullying me earlier. He moved. That was a very optimistic shot because I wasn't I'm gonna pen that. It's a light that's moving probably 90 kilometers an hour, and I don't have the greatest shell velocity. Again, trying to spot that 4000 vibe. I'm not getting spotted, which is good, right? That's also one way to spot enemies. If you peek and you're not getting spotted, they're probably not looking at you. You probably moved towards their base. I should have forced the reload here, but unfortunately I forgot. And I missed the shot as well. He gave me full opportunity to pen him, but shaky aim. He is clippable by me, so closing distance, and by the time I get there I should be loaded. Again, look at the mobility, it glides. And that's the thing about the Crown one, right? It had two drawbacks in World War II. One was mobility, and the second was the clip size. The 4 clip size wasn't that great, as it took forever to reload as well as to unload, and now it can just do more efficiently. It still carry over that gun handling issue, but the other two changes make it much more efficient. I wish the World War II had this version, because Kron 1 you don't really see it much often. Not a decent tank, I would say. Probably one of the worst tanks. It can of course be hull down and impenetrable, but other than that, when it comes to actually doing damage, it is not that good. It's good at being defensive when they're close to you, but even at that point, if you don't pen all your shots, they can just jump and kill you if you're by yourself. Light tank thought he could jump me. Not happening today. And this Thrungva, he's angry. He see another Thrungva, he must take it out. I didn't force a reload because I wasn't sure how long or when he will push. I do manage to pen him once, and he missed or bounced all of his shots. I will out reload him. At the same time, I'm worried about the 4005. I'm not sure where he is. So hoping that he's not paying attention to me. And even if we have to trade 3-4-3, I'm fine with that. But he got overconfident. He's pushing. Missed. No, track actually. Track misses the same thing as long as it doesn't pen. He got tracked again, and now he's not perma-tracked. I damaged the track the first time, and then he got tracked, and now he's perma-tracked. Penned him twice. He's down to 1 shot. He does have 1 more shot, but he's not worth my time. Now decided to ignore him and push for 4005. 4005 took out our M24. He is full health. 6500 damage is closing in, as I'll be loaded before he's loaded. But I don't think I can finish him by myself. Thrungva goes down 5v1. Planning to be hull down here, however he's just pushing straight. That's the first pen, and I don't know if I managed to get the second shot, or was that just a ram damage. Nonetheless though, 7500 damage, a decent game and a decent map as well. Solid tank overall if you're planning to buy it. Won't be the worst thing. I usually don't recommend buying anything other than Ultimate Season Pass, but if you do have points or gold, do get this tank. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.